Welcome to Your Healthy Kitchen from Dignity Health Yavapai Regional Medical Center.
Welcome to Dignity Health, YRMC's Your Healthy Kitchen. I'm your host, Rita Carey Rubin. You know, there's no doubt that fiber is a really important part of your diet, and it can prevent chronic diseases like colon cancer, diabetes, heart disease, and even breast cancer. In fact, a recent study published this year in the Annals of Oncology suggests that for every 10 grams of fiber consumed daily, a woman's risk of breast cancer may drop by 5%. So that's a big deal. And because this research is so convincing, some groups, including the American Institute for Cancer Research, recommend eating about 30 grams of fiber a day, which is almost double what the average American woman eats. So 30 grams of fiber a day may seem pretty daunting, but most of us can increase the fiber in our diets, gradually eating a little more each day. Just don't go from 10 grams to 30 overnight, because your belly will not be happy. So we're going to talk about high fiber foods in just a few minutes, but first, let's get cooking. I've got a recipe to share with you today that's rich and warming, it's delicious, and it's high in fiber too. And it's a vegetable curry. And it features some seasonal produce. I've got some pumpkin and mushrooms and some canned tomatoes. Really simple, easy to find ingredients to go in our dish today. So I've started with cooking an onion. It's about 2 cups of chopped onion. And I have it actually cooking in a blend of olive oil and ghee. Ghee is clarified butter. I'm using half and half. And the ghee just gives it an extra something. It's a really nice thing to use in curry. So I started the onions cooking a little early, just to give them time to soften, because they do take a little while to cook. And just a pinch of salt, that's all I threw in there. So now I'm going to throw in some diced pumpkin. This is a different kind of pumpkin. It's not orange like the usual kind, but any kind of winter squash will work in this dish. So something like kabocha squash works really nice because it's a little more potato-y and not so watery like butternut squash, but butternut squash might be okay too. So I'm just gonna, this is a couple cups of diced pumpkin. And just for speeding things up today, I pre-cooked the pumpkin. I just parboiled it a little bit, so it'll cook a little faster for us here today. So just giving it a little stir. And while that's cooking, I'm going to chop up some garlic and some ginger. See, it's really interesting how fiber seems to reduce the risk of breast cancer. There's a few theories on how it helps. So one is that fiber or high fiber meals can lower your blood sugar. Because when we eat high fiber meals, the fiber really slows down the digestion of carbohydrates and slows how quickly it goes into your bloodstream. So when blood sugars are going up gradually and not really high, your body has to produce less insulin. Doesn't need a lot of insulin to pull that sugar out of your bloodstream and into your cells. And that's a benefit for preventing breast cancer. They find that high insulin levels that can occur when, if you frequently eat a lot of processed food or sugary food, and you regularly have high insulin levels in your blood, or if you have type 2 diabetes or prediabetes, that definitely increases your risk. So fiber can help with that by just lowering insulin levels. Another benefit can be that fiber helps to remove some dangerous estrogens or estrogen metabolites from your body, estrogens that are more likely to cause cancer. So that's a second benefit. A third is that fiber can fill us up more. So we have a meal that's high in fiber. It's very filling. We can tend to eat a little bit less food, and it may actually help with weight control. And there are some connections with overweight, especially in the central part of your body, and risk of breast cancer. And lastly, is that fiber is found in foods that also have a lot of nutrients and a lot of phytochemicals. And those nutrients and phytochemicals are really important for preventing all kinds of cancers. They have anti-inflammatory actions, antioxidant actions, and even direct actions against cancer cells. So lots of different ways that a high fiber diet might help protect you from breast cancer. So I've got my ginger in there. I can smell it. It smells really good. Ginger and garlic, onions, pumpkin. And now I'm going to throw in some spices. So this is a really nice curry blend. I have some chili powder and some garam masala. Garam masala is just a blend of spices, some savory, some sweet. I also have a little black pepper and some turmeric. You could also use regular curry powder too. I made this dish the other day. I didn't have any turmeric, so I used curry powder instead, and it turned out great. So all of these spices are going in there. So black pepper is in there because it is really important for helping your body absorb the anti-inflammatory chemical that's in turmeric. So if you're cooking with turmeric and you're trying to use more turmeric for the anti-inflammatory properties, make sure you combine it with some black pepper because you'll be able to absorb that nutrient better. So that's simmering. Next, we're going to throw in some mushrooms. These are just plain, these are cremini mushrooms, but you could use plain white button mushrooms. So a couple cups of sliced mushrooms. I'm going to turn up the heat here just a minute. There we go. Give it a stir. And then last ingredients are some diced tomatoes. I really like fire roasted tomatoes. And this is a can, just a 14-ounce can of diced tomatoes. And some peas, just basic frozen peas for some color, some extra fiber. Peas are actually really high in fiber. I think there's like 9 grams of fiber per cup, so great source right there. And then you just let this simmer. And when we're ready to serve it, I'll pour in some coconut oil to make a nice, rich, creamy sauce. Not coconut oil, sorry, coconut milk to make a nice sauce, and top it with some chopped cilantro, and serve it with a little wedge of lime. So it smells so good. Really nice blend. So back to fiber. So fiber is only found in plants, and there are high fiber choices in every plant food category, including fruits, vegetables, grains, legumes, nuts, and seeds. So here are just a few everyday high fiber foods that you could add to your meals and snacks to get you closer to that high fiber goal. And keep in mind, these are just a few. There are so many choices out there. So for fruits, the highest fiber fruits are raspberries, pears, apples, and blueberries. And you can get some of this high fiber fruit, certainly as breakfast or a snack, but maybe even as dessert. And that can just add a bunch of fiber to your day. High fiber veggies include broccoli, Brussels sprouts, baked potatoes if you eat the skin, and bell peppers. But all vegetables are good, so load up on the ones that you enjoy. Grains, the high fiber grains like barley, quinoa, and rolled oats are all great choices, or choose pasta made from whole wheat or other whole grain flours. And legumes are probably the foods that have the highest amount of fiber, and all legumes have lots of it. So 15 to 19 grams in a cup of black, pinto, or white beans. And like I said before, green peas are a contender as well. And they can all be easily added to salads, soups, and stews. And then seeds like chia and flax, those are real superfoods. Just try sprinkling a tablespoon on your oatmeal in the morning, and you'll get another 3 or 4 grams of fiber. So again, remember if you're adding fiber to just do it slowly. Maybe take one meal at a time. If you like cereal in the morning, try to buy a type of cereal that has more fiber and add it slowly because it gives your gut some time to adjust. And it's also really important to drink more water as you increase the fiber in your diet. So for more delicious high fiber meal ideas, check out all of our videos and recipes at yrmchealthconnect.org. And you can also follow me on Facebook at YRMC's Your Healthy Kitchen, where I post photos and videos of the plant-forward meals I make at home, plus links to my favorite food and gardening sites on the web. So until next time, eat some beans, experiment with whole grains, enjoy some high fiber fruit. Your health will thank you for it. And we'll see you soon.